Okay, today is Thursday, January the 23rd, 2025. I'm going to do my prison. This is day 4 of prison passages with Marquez Miller. Now, I'm sitting here in my car. I'm at one of my good Judy's house. Today is his birthday. So I'm riding him around to get everything taken care of. He just got off work, so that's what I'm doing there. Other than that, I won't lie. I had forgotten about prison passages today. Prepping for different stuff with ICE in town, dealing with the illegal immigrants situation and everything, and my trying to get some news on that. As y'all see, I've got my vest on and my ID and everything. So I was planning on getting out here, getting some news and everything. But today I'm going to bring you another prison passage. Now I'm gonna talk about this one. I'm gonna talk about this one time we were at Cummins Unit. This was 1994, I believe it was 1994, not early 95. I think it was at the end of 1994. Yeah, it was the end of 1994 because it was snowing. I think it was in December. And however, we were in 12 barracks at Cummins. And it was so fun. It's so funny because listen, let me tell you, in prison, you have to learn to make the best of your situation. I've said this before. You cannot go through that part in your life and just have so much disdainment, so much anger, and so much hatred because you don't want to be there. I understand that you don't want to be there. No one in their right mind wants to be there. But you have to, if you're given a 30-year sentence like I was, you have to make the best of your situation. There were some good times in there that we had, and there were some bad times that we had in there. So let me tell you about this one particular time. Now, I'm gonna switch the story. I'm gonna talk about that one later on. I wanna talk about 1995. I'm gonna go to 1995 when we was at JCJ, Jefferson County Correctional Jail, in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. That's one that I really want to talk about right now. Now, in that motherfucker there, I'm gonna tell y'all, we were off the chain. Now, as y'all already know, I'm a homosexual. Been this way all my life. But I was really out there back then. I mean, I was flaming. I looked like a woman, act like a woman. I was real slim, no facial hair. My hair on my head was down the middle of my back, all that and everything. I was what we considered as one of the ladies of the evening. And in prison, hey, it is what it is. Men had to substitute. Now, you had some dudes in there that jacked off all the time. But let me tell you something. A motherfucker gonna get tired of Thumbelina, her 4 sisters, and her auntie. That's her auntie, her palm. That's Thumbelina, that's her 4 sisters, and this is her auntie. Mama gonna get tired of that all the time. And when you got a dude that comes up in there that looks like a woman, acting like a woman, smell like a woman, because we had perfume in there, we had makeup, we had it all, then it's going when a nigga that's so used to being with a woman or being with a girl, and then he get to smelling that and he see us walking around with our negligees on, and when I say negligees, I do mean negligees. We had officers who would bring us makeup. We had female officers who would bring us women's panties and clothes. And I'm not talking about some already worn panties. I'm talking about some brand new panties. And even some of us had bras to wear. Yes, we had a few bras to wear. So let me tell you. So on this particular time at JCJ, we had everything in that bitch. We was partying. The lieutenant brought us Subway sandwiches up in there. We had that. That was smoking in through the kitchen. And the nigga that I was fucking with back then, which I'm not gonna say his name. So my best friend finna get back in the car. I'm gonna keep on talking as I'm going along. So as as we went through that motherfucker, where am I going now?
We're going to Twa. We got to stop at that Dollar Tree and then we go to Twa.
Stop at the Dollar Tree where?
Right there by Twa.
No Dollar Tree by no Twa. You mean Dollar General?
Dollar Tree is right there by that Kroger's and all of that. I'm kind of going.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Okay, y'all got to excuse him. He's special today.
I ain't fucking special.
He turned 72 today. So listen. So y'all light a candle, 72 candles. So listen. So we had everything in that bitch that day. When I say we had everything, I mean we had the Subway sandwiches that the lieutenant brought in. We had liquor. And when I say liquor, we had pure grain alcohol. We had PGA. We had Everclear. And then John Henry Shepherd, God rest his soul. If you've ever been to the Arkansas Department of Corrections, then you know John Henry Shepherd. You know Shep back in the day. Shep had made a big 5-gallon bag of bootleg. Now, if you was back then when I was locked up, then you know Shep's bootleg was like drinking gin and juice. Shep used your straight sugar and juices, whether it be orange juice, whatever, and fermented it, whatever. You didn't have no seeds in it. You didn't have no pulps in it. None of that. His shit was just straight, like drinking straight liquor. So we had all that. Well, this what your boy did. I'm drunk. I mean, I'm shitty drunk. And at this time, I think I was like about 21, 22 years old. Good and fresh, young tender. So I wanted to watch TV. So I'm sitting downstairs watching television. I'm watching what I'm the only, it was me and a white boy sitting down there watching TV. I can't remember what I was watching, but it was at nighttime. So we sitting down there watching and everything. So this fat ass nigga come up out of nowhere and he just walks up and he says, "Hey, y'all watching this?" And I said, "Yeah." So he just basically said, "Fuck us," and went up there and changed the station. Well, I looked around like, what the fuck? So I looked at the white boy humped his shoulder like, "Hey man," like that. Like he didn't want no confrontation. So I'm like, no. So I go back up there and I reach up there and change the channel back to what we was watching. This fat fuck gonna turn around and push me out the way and gonna change the channel back. So I said, okay. Now my husband, he didn't see what was going on at first, but he was up on the top tier of the balcony of the Bears. It was 2 tiers, a first floor and a second floor. So there was a broom over in the corner. Now the brooms that we had back then were those push brooms, the ones with the long handle and then the long dust part broom. You know, a broom. So I go over there and I start talking to myself. I remember like it was yesterday. I was like, I put my foot on the sweet part of the broom and I started unscrewing the stick. I said, this motherfucker got me fucked up. Stupid ass motherfucker done disrespected me and every motherfucking thing. Now let me tell y'all something. I know y'all done seen certain stories and shows on television about homosexuals in prison, and you think homosexuals don't have no rights, that we don't stand up for ourselves. Well, guess what? Wrong answer here in Arkansas. We will fuck you up. And especially if we free world. What?
I said we'll fuck you up on the spot.
Yeah.
No question asked.
Exactly.
Don't try us. I don't know how them other motherfuckers.
So I'm on my prison pass. Be quiet.
My bad.
So my husband, I didn't find out till later on that he was upstairs screaming and hollering my name, Vanessa. And I'm still screwing the broom. And I'm like, this motherfucker got me fucked up. He really got me fucked up. And I'm talking about the fat ass nigga that pushed me. Man, when I tell you, I walked back over to the TV area and I tapped the little white boy on the shoulder. Let me turn my light off because the police over there. I'm gonna turn back on in just a minute when I pass it. So I tapped him on the shoulder like, hey, move out the way. I said, move. So he moved out the way. So I ran that motherfucking stick back like I was Babe Ruth. And soon as I got ready to swing, the fat ass nigga turned around and he threw his hand up. And he blocked the stick. And it broke on his arm. That cocksucker turned around and reached for my face. When he reached for my face, he missed and swiped at my collar, and I took that broken part of that stick that I still had in my hand, that handle part, and I stuck him dead in his... Oh, let me let you out. Oh, get out my car. I'm gonna park right over there.
Shit, nigga. What's wrong with you?
And I stuck him dead in his motherfucking face. I stuck him right here in his face. Let me back up. Let me back up to my bumper, baby. Okay. So I stabbed that bitch in his face right here. Right there. Was I trying to stab him there? It didn't matter where I stabbed. I knew I was trying to stab him somewhere in the face. I come down with it, I said, and stabbed him. And when I did, all my homeboys that was from Little Rock, that was I ain't gonna say what set they claim, but they all rushed him. When I say they rushed him like, you know, and the nigga that I was messing with, he was in a, you know, some people say gang. It wasn't a gang. You know, people get that mixed up. They were in a family. So all them motherfuckers rushed him. It was like about 3 or 4 of them at that time in the barracks. Like about 3 or 4. They rushed that fat fuck to the back of the barrack, to the bathroom area, and they beat and kicked snot out his ass. I mean, they kicked his ass all the way back to 1885. And my husband, he grabbed me because I was trying to get in there and get my stomps and kicks in too, after I done stabbed the man in the face. So my husband grabbed me. He said, get your motherfucking ass up them stairs. Get up the goddamn stairs. And I'm like trying to talk and tell him what he's like, I don't want to hear that motherfucking shit. Get your motherfucking ass up the motherfucking stairs. We got all this motherfucking liquor and shit in here, and we kicking it in every motherfucking thing, and you gonna go and stab this dude in the motherfucking face? You know them folks finna come up in here now. So the dude got rushed up out the barrier. He ran, eventually he got away, got up out the barrier, or he stumbled up out the barrier. So my husband told me, he said, get in my bed. He said, get up under the covers and play like you was asleep. So I get in the bed. I take my shoes off and everything. I get in bed on my house shoes, rather than my slippers. I took my slippers off. So I got in the bed, and so here come the lieutenant in. Little short, fat, racist motherfucker. I can't remember his name, but he was an asshole. Nobody liked him. So he come in the barracks, and Miller! M. Miller! They call him my name, but I won't answer. So they come upstairs, and they say, where is he at? Where's Miller? So they come over there and snatch the covers back off me. He was like, get up. I said, what's going on? He said, you know what's going on. Get on up. So I got up. I said, what? He said, turn around and catch the cuffs. I said, catch the cuffs? Catch the cuffs for what? What you locking me up for? So he was like, you know what you done. So they take me down the hallway. So I go out in the hallway. So John Henry Shep wasn't in our barracks. Shep was in the barracks next to us. So Shep come down the hallway. I'm standing in the hallway. I'm handcuffed. So Shep come down the hallway. And even though I had a husband, Shep liked me. So Shep was like, what you doing out here in the hallway? What you handcuffed for? I said, they got me handcuffed and they saying I stabbed somebody or something. He said, so he went over to the lieutenant. He said, what is he out here? No, I just said I didn't know. That's what it was. I said, I don't know what I'm out here for. So I said, Lieutenant locked me up. So he go over there and ask Lieutenant. Lieutenant like, Shepard, it doesn't concern you. He was like, what do you mean it don't concern me? This is the way Shep talk. He said, what do you mean it don't concern me? He said, I want to know. That's my friend. I want to know why she locked up. So he said, John Henry, he assaulted somebody. He said, she assaulted somebody. So Shep goes around there to the infirmary. Now, if you know Shep, Shep had been locked up since 1964. Shep got locked up when he was 15 years old. At this time, it was 1995. So Shep had been locked up 31 years at this time. Sometimes I got to count on my fingers just to make sure. That way, mother can't say I'm wrong in my assessment. So Shep had a life sentence, and so Shep went around there and asked the boy that I stabbed what was going on. The boy told him what was going on and everything. So Shep came back and was like, he come over there and started talking to me. He said, did you stab that boy in the nose? I looked at you, I said, no. He said, don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. He said, did you stab him in his nose? I said, God damn it, yes, Shep. I said, because this is what he did. He disrespected me and everything like that and so forth. So Shep was like, okay. So they locks me up. They locked me up in the hole. So as I'm in the hole, I'm in there, I'm asleep. You know, a couple of hours go by, I done fell asleep. So next thing I know, I start hearing voices coming down the hallway cussing. Motherfuck, shit. Like Hitler, 99999. So I heard the voice and I knew immediately who it was. It was my husband. And all our homeboys. So I'm wondering, I asked them, I said, what the fuck y'all doing back here? Well, I didn't say it like that. I said, what are y'all doing? They put them right next to me. All down the road. What y'all doing back here? They said, my husband said, bitch, you know what the fuck we back here for. He said, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass when I catch you. He said, you know what the fuck we back here for. Shit. I said, no, I don't. The name of the game is, if you don't know or you think you don't know, don't accept it. So, anyways, so, oh, my damn mount keep coming loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and just hold it. So, so needless to say, they kept us back there for about a couple of days until they wrote the disciplinaries on us. Excuse me. And then they transferred us on the bus from JCJ, a cushiony ass unit, back to Cummins. And I'm wrong. Let me correct something on that. That was 1994 when that happened. That wasn't 95, that was 1994. That was 1994 the whole time. Because when we got transferred back, I want to say it was in October or November of 1994. And we went straight to 12 barracks. And when I tell my next prison passage story, that's where I'm going to start with on some of the things that happened in 12 barracks at Cummins. But when we were on our way to Cummins, I remember we turned on that long dusty road where it says Arkansas Department of Correction, Varner unit that way, Cummins unit that way. I remember my husband looked at me, he said, God damn, I never thought I'd see this big raggedy ass motherfucker ever again. And this was my second time back to Cummins, because I had went to Cummins the first time in January of 1994. And I stayed there until, I want to say, March or April of 1994. Then I was transferred to the Wrightsville unit. And then I'll eventually tell that story too, about some different stuff there. Like I said, these prison passages are going to be some stories of when we were locked up, when we had some good times and we had some bad times. But let me finish. So we pull on up, we pull into the Sally Port. And the Sally Port, if you don't know what that is, the Sally Port is where all inmate transfers go into and out of. It's like the airport of the prison system. That's where you board onto your bus and leave the hell up out of that unit, and that's where you come into the next unit when you're being transferred or you're being brought to the prison or whatever. It's called the Sally Port. But man, we pulled up in there and they told us get off the bus, and we came down off the bus, and then what they do is they take you inside of Sally Port. They get your stuff off the bus, and everything that comes along with it is all your property that you packed up. And then the officers, they have what back then chicken boxes, and in those chicken boxes contained everybody's inmate institutional file. And some files were thick. Some inmates had 2 and 3 chicken boxes, because Either you just got a lot of disciplinaries in your file and paperwork and everything was paperwork back then. There wasn't no putting everything on fish or on a computer system or anything of that nature, even though there were computers back then. But everything was paperwork. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. And it was, man, I mean, I think back to a lot of shit that I did back then for those 12 years and 10 months of being incarcerated. And you're going to hear those stories. It's going to be like a ride along with me. Sometimes I might do it. I might be riding in the car and you will be on my phone, on my mount, and I'll just tell my prison passes that way. I won't be at home all the time when I tell my stories, but man, people have a misconception of prison. And let me say this, all prisons are not the same. How Arkansas is not the same way it is in California. How it is in California is not the same way it is in Joliet or in Illinois. And how it is in Illinois is not just the same as it is in New York. Every state, the prison system is different. Now, some of y'all on here may have went to the feds. The feds is different from the state. When you transfer in the state from one unit to another unit, you're transferred via a van or a bus. In the feds, when you transfer from a unit to another unit, you're going from another state. You're going from one state to the next state. You're flown. You're on a plane. A big old ragged ass plane that is going to shake, rattle, and roll and make you think that motherfucker gonna blow the fuck up. But I want y'all to not have a misconception anymore of going to the club now, right? Of what prison is or is not. When you all watch these prison passages, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt, if you trust and believe that what I am telling you is the unadulterated truth, because I'm not going to lie to you. I have no reason to lie to you. Everything that I tell you and talk to you about will be my life stories of the 12 years, 10 months I did while I was incarcerated in the Arkansas Department of Corrections. Now, some of y'all will get on here and y'all be like, well, I was in Alabama or I was in Mississippi. Those prison systems are different than Arkansas. I was in Tennessee. I was in Kentucky. Prison systems are different. But for the most, they're ran the same. And what I mean by when I say ran the same, when you are incarcerated, you have to make the best of your situation. Especially, like I said from the beginning, especially if you know that you're going to be there for a vast number of years. You cannot walk around and mope around when you know you got 30 years. And back then, you know, we had release dates, early release dates. You just because you know you're gonna be doing 7, 8, 9 years on that 30, you can't just walk around with your mouth all twisted up like you've been sucking on lemons and drinking persimmon juice. You got to have, that's nasty side. You got to have fun. I'm alive. Don't. Oh, okay. Cause the music. Oh, I thought you was.
No, I ain't that stupid. I know you don't lie. Stop talking to me like I'm one of them slow motherfuckers, nigga. The fuck wrong with you?
See, this him, y'all. This the birthday boy.
Yeah.
He's 72.
I look
He
good
is
for 72.
He is 72 today. Y'all say happy birthday to this 72-year-old fucker.
Happy motherfucking birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Y'all, like I said, tune in. Right now, I have to get 50 subscribers on YouTube to go live. So right now, I'm recording my passages off of my phone, and then I upload them to YouTube so you all can see them. Listen, contact your friends, your family members, your lovers, your ex-lovers, all that, and tell them to subscribe to my page. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe, like, share, all that. Boost up my subscribers so we can go further with it. Appreciate y'all. And as I always say, God bless your hearts and all your parts.